afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master Propaganda. Off here to a 1v1 on Langraskaya in the north. It is Elpern, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 2nd Panzer Division here with German infantry, featuring the 250-1 half-track veteran squad leaders, stormtroopers, assault and hold, and fragmentation bombs with double influence in a Panzer Bulletin. To the south, it is PFC, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Rolling out with the 3rd Armored Division here, featuring airborne infantry and heavy cavalry. Triple into bulletins there. And Basil reminding you to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Press the bell button if you subscribe. And of course, he also reminds me to thank my Patreon supporters, those wonderful bastards, for supporting the Propagandacast as much as they do, allowing me to keep doing what I do. So thanks to all of those wonderful people. And of course, he also reminds me, you can also just join them yourself by pledging on Patreon. You can just donate, and he will be very happy. Yes, Basil, I have talked about the whole supporting via PayPal and Patreon thing. Yes, Basil, you're a good kitty. Got his MD42 there for Elpern, dot right from there for PFC. Troops in the south here for the Rifle Squad. On the west side here we got Racing ring up there. Ring up east side. Pioneers with MD42 by the Eastern Munitions. Standard stuff here from both sides. So far, there you go. PFC commits to heavy cavalry. Not your typical American doctrine. I mean, it used to be like the meta doctrine, but it's sort of fallen out fair mechanized. But it seems perhaps there might be a slight change in weather there, perhaps. Probably not. Anyways, German infantry versus heavy cavalry. Triple rifle in there for PFC. Double gun in 74-2 there for Elpern. Not going straight out for the eastern fuel. Pioneers and MD42 together. It's a nice tactical formation. Pioneers can spot for the MD42. And they will also screen it. Plus, they can also quickly move into troops and suppress by the MD42 and then beat them up. East side gunners bring up their 3rd route going away there for PFC. We're probably seeing a 3rd gunner squad for Elpern and then tech. So far, standard build. Yes, Basil. Basil also reminds you, do go for German infantry. Remember to use assault and hold. So many players, he insists, keep going for the doctrine and then not using the ability at all. And he finds it, quite frankly, to be utterly silly, and he's sick of it. And he's ground the western point there. Obviously, we're not even that fine to the match where it's relevant, but, you know, he's a cat. What do cats understand about such concepts about game time? Cats. Anyways, Ram charging grenadiers in the centre without support from them before 2, they can be quickly overwhelmed and forced to retreat, even taking, I think, rather senseless casualties. Even what's like the centre victory point. I feel like there's better ways here for help to go about with this engagement. MD42 moving up, the Rifle Squad here, quickly falling back. Gunners from the eastern side. 3rd Grenadier Squad halfway done. Reasons look like they're waiting for the time to push for the car pump right behind Elpern's front line here. So he's all preoccupied there. And there you go, they're making a run for it. Across the ground, past the shrubbery of doom. Well, obviously it's just a shrubbery, but it sounds more dramatic. But there you go, 3rd Gunners arriving here, ruining here. PFC's OS dramatic run for the car pump there with his big old jack boots. Pioneers moving to support the Gunners, pushing in. MD42, they're holding up the centre. Probably not support the attack with that. Rifle Squad, they're routed. Blazers, they're falling back towards the heavy cover there. MD42 there. Oh, it's still there. Just slightly repositioned, but actually didn't move ahead here. Pioneers got the car pony. Gunners falling back. Pioneers base using his bed. Reason's routed. Probably should take up here soon and push for some fast punch. We didn't consider like a fast 250-1 half track. Got Lieutenant there for PFC. Always a good choice there. Lieutenant Dan Roberts of Cincinnati. MD42 setting up here. Rifle Squad flanking the Grenadiers. Other Gunner Squad covering up there. Gunners moving westwards there. We're probably seeing 50 cals out here for PFC. Always a popular pick with American players. The Pioneers are in force to take there on the way. He might be setting up manpower briefly to consider getting out the Panzer Grenadiers as fast as possible, since the Panzer Grenadiers are great and are increasingly, of course, becoming a critical element of Wehrmacht metagame, at least. It should be. Grenadiers being swarmed here, by rifles from all sides. MD42 constantly repositioned, not quite holding up against the swarm of the Americans. And there we go, at the edge of the MD42 sacrifice. The MD42 cannot turn at all. There seems to be some sort of weird bug where, like, units at the edge of the arc of fire, the machine can't for some reason react to them in time. Panzer Squad on the way there. Big route here for Elpern in the centre as PFC pours through like a tide of olive green democracy. Just like the stuff you get at Walmart. Wait, that's Mountain Dew. Anyways, troops moving back there. Gunners moving westwards there. Panzer Grenadier Squad ready here for Elpern and Deutschland. There's moving westwards. Sandbags up for PFC, make use of the heavy cavalry doctrine. For that, 2 thumbs up. Return right, but the cut-off point has been hit. The fuel point has been cut off as well. He could again consider 250-1 half to get probably right about the Stuart, but at the same time, he might give an opening here to hunt down PFC stuff, gain some fuel ability, push it back, and they can also follow up with the Pack 40. So it is something to consider here for Elpern, that or 251 half track. But I feel like a half track would be a pretty good choice versus PFC at the moment. And let's look up for PFC, of course, we realise his men need more than just Mountain Dew. This didn't even exist, of course, at this point in the war. In fact, he existed during the war, but you know, he needs medical help. Mountain Dew is not going to cut it, no matter how many electrolytes pour into that stuff. Ground western point here. Panzer's retreating backwards, see some fuel cut off. Getting the western one, going for the car point again. The aggressive push by Elpern. Leading forwards for Deutschland. M's right about down there for PFC. Got the car point. There's some sneaking about there. Got something about there. Punch back here reinforcing. Very good. He can begin upgrading his men to veteran grenadiers, which of course is going to be nice helpful there. Mine goes off there, of course. Harding in the PFC's gone for heavy cavalry in a more explosive manner on just laying down sandbags. Rizzo on the flank, quickly on top of getting wiped. And there we go, and sending up his rounds. 2 thumbs up, and that's clearly why Bassel's coming up. He wanted me to remind me to point out it's great in use in sending up his rounds to the Germans, whether it be the MD42 or the MD34. It's a great ability. Good thing you were there, Bassel, to remind me and the viewers of the importance of such an ability. Thumbs up to you, Bassel. Reasons there wiped out. Small win there for Elpern. And note, by the way, I mean, we've actually seen a typical, you know, not typical, but different type of switcheroo here, where again, normally you see this northern player control the eastern fuel and southern player control the western one, but actually now it's been reversed, and Elpern, in fact, is somehow a bit ahead. But also worth noting, neither side has the fuel point they've secured connected. It's a bit awkward for them at the moment. Rather than moving in, he's going to swing hard here at Elpern's northeastern flank, which is quite exposed to him on the south one. It's also being now battened to move up to shore up here, so good push here by PFC, nice double push. Those forces are a bit bled out. He could, with a good counter push here by Elpern, be left in a bad spot, and there you go, like to make a nice company. I still feel like he 250-1 half to nice. I feel like it's been overlooked a lot by a lot of Wehrmacht players because, again, maybe they got used to being easily countered, but now it's not so common. Again, it does have some utility. Plus, again, like Panzer Grenadiers in the 250-1 half take are incredibly amazing. The only thing better is actually a Stormtrooper squad with MP40s. Those guys absolutely tear stuff up. But now, PFC is going for the light time. We do get the pack for the Elpern, but of course now, the moment there for the 251 there is a bit gone. Need to get the car point back. He still hasn't connected his western fuel at all because he's yet to grab that point. Panzer the Survival Squad up close to the Panzer Grenadiers typically tend to reign supreme in most 1v1 infantry engagement, unless it's Rangers maybe. Pioneer setting a mine there. Again, good mining by PFC. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Waiting for the western fuel. And he's reinforcing him before too good to go. And there you go. Punch up the cannon fit to go there for Elpern. Then this is the lieutenant. Bit of skirmishing there. Down the eastern point. And we got here the M5 wants to do it out there for PFC for freedom. Democracy. Pulling out there. And he's hiding out. They're looking to ambush some troops. So they may find themselves ambushed by the great surprise. There's actually a tank soon coming their way. Oh, he's not reacting. He's not reacting. At least it might be too late here. There you go. Pump to the buildings to get up against 3 rifle squads. And quickly realizes this is not going to work out at all. Not one bit. And he quickly retreats. That's, of course, the wisest decision there by Elpern. Thumbs up to that one. And forcing out around the centre. Pack 40 ready to support here against an unexpected push there by the Steward. Though, of course, there is the possibility that the PFC has foreseen this and active flanks through here. Or you might even just throw down smoke using the off-map smoke barrage and then push through the centre. So, the opposite of you risks here for Elpern. But then again, PFC does know things, just charges and blind, of course, is going to take a real beating. Fifth cavalry moved up here. I believe we got something going on the base. It is the captain here for PFC. So, calling in more troops, but also allowing himself to get anti-tankers, and perhaps even like go for pack out there. Go pack 40 shoots, hits the Steward light tank there, punches through the armor. Rather than secure the western side, nicely here from Elpern's command, denying him the resources out of those swaths of territory. One thing for Elpern to consider now might actually be mortar to provide artillery support here, plus on a map like this, mortars tend to be quite a good investment since they can make it hard for Elpern just, you know, sit about, and they also can provide smoke to make it easy to push for their craft point or whatever you want to do. So a mortar I think would be quite a good investment here for Elpern. Now another MD42. Our way more support weapons towards infantry would be a great idea for Elpern. And there you go. We do get the flank effect. We get a really big one here by Elpern, charging with infantry. We also got combined arms, so without the Steward nearby won't help. But there you go, supporting the Steward light tank, supporting Dan Roberts from Cincinnati. And there you go, machine group to round out. Grenadiers about to get wiped out. In fact, Team Cook need to fire rifle, perhaps into the advancing troops. There we go, Grenadiers got wiped out. Now we got the Steward boosting the rifle squad and the rifle squad boosting the Steward. But there you go, pack forward in the flank with the Tudor moving in there. Could see the Steward light tank go down. Can he take it out? Nope. High trap behind the shrubbery and narrowly avoids being knocked out. A close shave here for PFC against Elpern. Again, Elpern has rather taken a beating from it in the end. We got the Grenadiers flanking in the 5th caliber. Ooh, taking an immediate loss there. I believe that was the 5th caliber gun actually headshotting one of the poor bastards. Pack forward there, holding back armored car repairs. Already that did not get to do much before it was quickly pushed back here by PFC. And with this, I feel like PFC's regained initiative and momentum versus Elpern. And Elpern's going to like, hit back hard at PFC to like once more push it into favor. We also think that needs to like also extend more pressure into the west side again. Anti-tank from PFC, obviously worried about enemy armor coming out here from Elpern, and certainly Elpern's best bet might be to try and push for medium armor, except again, he's not quite gotten the fuel again. They have fuel harass, but also the move for the western fuel, he did not get it connected in time, in fact at all, has also meant he's actually not quite there in terms of fuel versus PFC, so he can't quite as easily threaten PFC with fast medium armor that of course PFC doesn't know, and obviously he's not taking any chances. There's a need to retreat. Now the Panzer Gunner squad there for help to replace the lost Gunner squad. Very good there. MD42 could pop between sending up his rounds in time here. Guess not. Stood lighting up, he could flank here. Pack 40 is nearby, but may not quite even have a chance to hit there. Stood pushing ahead here though. Pack 40 is ready. There you go. Great here. The Stood light tank on it is. I don't quite have the ability to get off there. Pack 40. Narrowly hits the Steward, but the Steward does have the great fortune to not get hit by the Pack 40 shell and thus avoiding exploding. Much I imagine is a great relief for the crew. Hey guys, remember that time we almost died? Yeah, it was just 5 seconds ago, Carl. Shut up. Rifle squad, there you go, big flank again, big swing. Now then before to increase, looked like a great idea for Elpern. That was some S-mine fields, but there you go, punch moving up there. Pack that cleared up, and there you go, get battered loud and locked into the midst of PFC's infantry, snuffing out the lives, if it were to hit. Lieutenant here was the Panzer Grenadier, Lieutenant Dan Roberts holding up against the Panzer Grenadier advancing in before they're getting into 2 cadets retreat here. Dan Roberts still, oh, Dan Roberts fell. No, he's actually still alive, god damn. Grenadiers punch pushing forward to the eastern side. Captain Joe Roberts, brother of Dan Roberts, it turns out, also from Cincinnati there. Finding where the Grenadiers punch, they're taking heavy damage out in the open. Rifling over the rifle squad. They're almost taking out the entire unit. Punch, they're taking heavy damage, they're also dealing it. Cover crumpling away, the Pack 4 not ready either. Pretty desperate situation here for Elpern versus PFC. Pioneers on the spot here to grab the Pack 4 and the armored car rushing in as well here. Cover removed here from the Panzer Grenadier squad. Captain there, risk getting wiped out. In fact, down to 1 man, and it seems like, yeah, Joe Roberts from Cincinnati is dead. Troops have been forcing healing. No sign of attack there, obviously, from Elpern as of yet here versus PFC. PFC some time away there. Reinforcements, healing. Using, of course, the free healing ability from the veteran squad to there. To provide free healing. Thumbs up there. Thumbs up. So a bit of quiet here. We got 385 to 435. Steward light tank receiving critical repairs as Elpern and the German army advance here with the 2nd Panzer Division. Armored car good to go. Panzer moving about there. Armored car moving up. Armored coming up. Pack shoots, misses. Grenadiers on watch there. Armored car then engaging the 50 caliber crew. Anti-tank shoots, get to go down the armored car. Puny advancing train to the rifle squad. Lieutenant opening up there as well. Halfway down there with the techies moving up. They could relatively push out faster thing an Osprey here or a Panzer IV versus PFC. troops over under 10 doing heavy damage. MB42, they've got their T2 still. 3 kills. Big push for the center. Still feel like an MB42. Even though Mortar could still be a great investment for Elpern versus PFC. Falling back here. Their T2 should be able to stop most of the assault here. With some ease, thanks to the higher suppression of gates of T2, though with the heavy covers are quite applying here, since some of them are sticking out. They've got Rifle Squad sufficiently on the flank. They attack to get past the carbone. But there you go. Rifle Grenade almost takes out the entire unit with question. Machine Gun ultimately still has to fall back. Gunny's opening up for inside the house there, shoring up at least parts of the front line, though they are quickly getting cut off from the rest of the front line. As the front line, well, is falling back behind them. Gunny's punching the troops in the centre. We got troops on the west side there. Good work. There probably should be a Pioneer squad rather than the Panzer going to deal unless he's planning a flank behind here. That might be, yes, could flank up, clear up the 5th cut. That'd be a pretty good move here. Gunny's need to retreat soon. Elpern's forces are taking an absolute brutal beating with Ergo. The flank is successful. The 5th Cavalry there's going to have to fall back. You can also build the support course soon. Need to retreat, upgrade machine gun. There you go. 5th Cavalry, they're being routed by the Veteran 2 Panzer Grenadier. Almost got it. Almost. And yes, but he can't grab it though. He can't grab it. He can't deny it to PFC. But at least he can kill the bastards and gain some small measure of satisfaction. PFC going for another anti-tank gun here. Quickly, we're going to see a purging soul here from PFC versus Elpern. Back hit reinforcing healing. No sign of tech yet there from Elpern. Definitely, I feel like a bit of a slip-up. Armor coming forward here, catching the 5th Cavalry crew and routing it. And one tank being held forward to the PFC. Got the Stribling up as well. Let's try in the centre here with the Pioneer. Panzer was MD42 in the pack 4 being held forward, and back here troops reinforcing healing for Elpern of the 2nd Panzer Division, also known as the Vienna Division, because most of the division originally was actually recruited and sort of centered around Vienna, the capital of Austria. Obviously, by that point, it was known as Ostmark, actually, if I remember correctly. After being, made part of Germany through the whole Anschluss thing. So, little fun fact there. In fact, that was sort of a distinct element of the German army there, both from World War One and to a degree, a good deal of World War Two. Is actually they recruited from different parts of Germany specifically. So, there's one division would be, for example, based around Vienna. Others would be based around, say, Hamburg or Frankfurt or Berlin, so on there. It gave the units greater cohesion, which of course meant they were much tougher to run and had better morale in general. So say a German thing there. Little fun fact there. Parts of the fun they cover crumb right in front of all the Americans assembled here. We got 3 and 8 versus 4 and 33 victory points here. Elpern's a bit behind that. We got 1 fragmentation bomb ready. So Pommel Core finally going up here for Elpern. Again, cut that out sooner. Could also have the Panther 4 thing out much sooner. And even could have also been a bit faster than that here. Versus PFC, who I believe has he yet to take up? Or is he taking out? No, he is not. Sending opening up. Rush collection on the bazookas. Interesting move there. We got bars on the other troops. Big push by PFC again here for the center against Elpern. And Pioneers there, done with the Suprema Corps right about now. So you can't go for the Panther 4 right away, and definitely should consider the timing. Obviously doesn't know what his opponent is doing, but typically you push for the Panther 4 in these situations. That was Stu's if you're really concerned. Panzer then taking some hits there from the Stu, being slowly bled out. West side here once more reclaimed here by PFC's Rifle Squad. Got 2016 munitions here for Elpern as well. Might be setting up here for a good fragmentation bomb. Or it could of course be planning to use Assault and Hold, and I think Assault and Hold with the current force composition could actually be quite powerful. In particular, Panzer Grenadiers benefit a lot from Assault and Hold since it gives a nice accuracy bonus, and the units with higher rate of fire weapons like assault rifles tend to benefit from it the most. Stormtroopers also benefit from it. In fact, you pop Assault and Hold while also popping Tactical Advance. They can pretty much just melt an infantry unit in a matter of seconds, even if they're retreating. It's almost like they do not have an accuracy modifier and retreat then. Grab the eastern point here, and there you go. Panther 4 ready for Elpern. Panzer Gunner is ready. Looks like he's lining up for a big push here. Might be setting up here for the Assault and Hold move. That could be quite powerful. Then again, a fragmentation bomb also he's planning and set up correctly could also be quite powerful versus PFC. It's like he's got options. He's got options. There you go. Assault gun 40, armored coming, head cannons, shooting force there. We've got the flanking hit from the other anti-tank. Fragmentation bomb in on the anti-tank and the nearby infantry here. PFC is shite. He's not retreating in time. Fragmentation bomb goes down and oh my god! Almost forgot 2 entire rifle squads. At least one did get completely annihilated. Anti-tank cleared up. 50 caliber cleared up. Huge blows there. Two PFC. Canadians moving forward here. Panzer's breaking through there. It's like a dam is just busted open. Now the German waters are just pouring through. Like a tidal wave of Deutschland. Anti-tank up to the cleared up. Graham the 50 cal destroying the other anti-tanks. The gradient there by Elpern. Huge blows here to PFC. He's just taking an absolute beating. It looks like he suffered another wipe. I'm not entirely sure where, but it seems like he suffered another wipe there. 10 charge, 4 Panzer forming up. Lieutenant there routed. Got one of the anti-tanks least recruited here, pushed forward to the front line. Grenadiers about to get wiped out. Needs to treat this Schnell. Armored car, Panther flying away, connected soon. Go for another Panther in Ostland here versus PFC. And PFC is furiously counterattacking. He's taking advantage of the weakening elements that's open with this counter-attack. But still, he has been left notably less strong. But the Panther was heavily down from the M1 anti-tank. And finally to counter-attack immediately with the infantry that is in condition and well worth to counter-attack with. Anti-tank cleared up. That's going to destroy that. It's going to be night to Elpern. PFC knows a lot of the time to come down to not just force strength and how you utilize it. Seems like a smaller force used aggressively enough and intelligently enough can still like turn the tide around against a larger force. So thumbs up the PFC. We got troops counter-attacking here, gunners reinforcing, troops reinforcing here as well. But he definitely should go for some more armor as soon as possible. Second Panther right now on Ostland, I think, be quite powerful as PFC. But then again, if he's got a good idea what PFC's planning, which is a Pershing, he may actually want to go for Stugs now. A pair of Stugs should actually do a lot there versus the Pershing. Though he really, I think, should also consider more to help deal with the anti-tank guns, at least by throwing smoke in their general direction, obscuring the line of sight. Panther will need repairs still, but I'm guessing Elpern's feeling a bit under pressure. He should actually bolster his pioneers for the 5th man, since that also increases the repair speed as they give the 5th man to repair stuff. Major Graham needs some fuel pond, they need to counter-attack immediately, moving through the centre, moving the west. Advancing there, so good. Could easily, I think, afford someone to decent fuel pond to keep that out of PFC's hands. PFC's getting very close with the M26 Pershing heavy tank. Storming up here, Panzer on the center under fire here from the Stuart light tank. He's going right there. Panther shoots, misses. We do get a shoot 3D from Elpern, so he probably has a pretty good suspicion he's about to get hit with the Pershing. And so getting a Stuttgart's going to think go a long way towards him with that, since he has no Pack 40. After that, got destroyed by those verdammte Amerikaner. The verdammten Cowboys. Captain around the Grenadiers, Eastern Point being seized here by the Panzer Grenadier Squad. Stug almost done. He's going to need at least 2 Stugs to have a good chance versus the Pershing and any other armor that PFC may be supported with. And again, he should strongly consider more to help deal with the anti-tank gun and any other support weapons really, since the smoke is a really cheap way of just frustrating anti-tank guns. Back here, more weapons being handed out. Major Joe Crenshaw. There's a lot of Joes apparently in this sector in the 3rd Armored Division for some reason. But he's from Duluth. Machine holding back here, Panther as well there, Pershing up there. Gonna hit the right flank pretty hard. He's clearly not concerned about Tillermans here from Elpern. Or the Sturmgeschütz. And there goes Stuger Rouse shoots, gets a good penetrate in the Pershing heavy tank. And PFC quickly realizes there he's against a Stug. Falls back here. Another penetrate from the Stug. Gets the 75 and the Sturmkanone penetrates the frontal armor of the Pershing. Here's something up to repair there. Very good. Need to fix it up. Panzer's sneaking up there as well. Elpern definitely should go for another Stug here. But again, more to deal with anti-tank gun, one with the other machine. Armor cutting hits from the anti-tank and not the machine gun. He could of course also benefit from machine guns to the Stug and the Panther 4. Medic bunker up here for Elpern. Troops are posted with the MD42. Panther coming up shoots and doesn't quite land a hit. Lieutenant making a bold move here for the centre victory point. They're going in caught here by the 5th gun, now manned by German Pioniere. Panzer something about there, reinforcing, healing. preparing for the next big push. You could of course consider going for combined other support package, since it gives names to the marked target and smoke grenades, plus rudimentary repair, which isn't bad either. Note the marked target only works on infantry, but in that case, to give them boost plus. Other targets also get boosted as the types, which would help, Panther 4 clear the infantry squad a bit better as an example. Bit of quality, Elpern's definitely sort of settling in, but really should consider mortar here. He really should consider one versus PFC. MG42, they're very close to the east level. PFC could also benefit from, at least he has heavy cavalry with smoke there, so it doesn't necessarily need it as badly, but he still would benefit from a set of his own. Either the mortar, the pack house, even Scots could do a lot, I think, for PFC. Panther percent back at the Stoop, Lieutenant Corporal 5th Cal capturing up, there you go. Panther going up here. Panther full counter hit bazooka teams under PFC's command. Stoop there does shoots and actually hits some other poor bastard. Runners to lighting, Stoop shouting him nonetheless. One fell out for the Stoop kid. Panther versus the Lieutenant. Stoop survives. Machine gun being hosed down. Pershing holding back, being repaired. T-troops routed as the Panther going to sweep in there. But I think actually take some friendly fire here from the Panther 4, I think. Yup. Forcing the Panther's back. Stoop moving up here. 5th Cal there for PFC to replace the one napped by the crowds. Elpern can, I think, easily afford to put some pressure into the west side of the map here. Anyways, troops reinforcing. Going to full right now, I feel like is the wrong choice here, Elpern. I feel like just another Stoop plus a mortar would do him a lot more good right now than anything you get out of the heavy Panzer Corps. Stoop pulling back there, armored car, good to go. Need to fix up the Panther 4, he's still not upgrading the machine guns. I'm guessing he's just focusing now all munitions on more fragmentation bombs here versus PFC. Clearly meaning he's failed to heed Basil's recommendation on assault and hold. Just bring up here for the centre, backed up more rifle squad. Then he's advancing under fire from the Pershing. 2 kills, but also very close to being fully fixed up now. COH2 actually coming out there. We've got the anti-tank ready here. Shoots, misses. Anti-tank gun does not. Pierces the Stoop's frontal armor. Golf squad holding up here. Panther 4 setting up. Should have the pin machine gun still. But again, he's clearly setting up the fragmentation golf. I should stop saying that, but I won't, because, I still believe machine guns are just too good to ignore both your Stoop and your Panther 4. Little can the effect instead of counting a larger force of Americans, which they simply cannot contend with. Panther 4 moving up here, and we got the head Panther, we got the Elpern in space. Panther 4 lands nice hit, they go double rifle grenaded there, damage to the ink in the center person, the spawn, the lieutenant is getting caught down, damage to the east there. MD42 and the 5th Cal here, no one's sending up his rounds from Elpern, his MD42 in fact might get locked out if he's not careful. 5th Cavalry there, needs to fall back, machine gun routed there. 5th Cavalry, there we go, narrowly pulls back now as well. Troops are reinforcing healing, heavy Panther squad down there. Forming there, gun fast, we got Panther up there. Assault would be great now, we've got a fragmentation bomb here on the 5th Cavalry and the anti-tank gun there. Oh, I love them, there you go. Gets the 5th Cavalry crew, but needs to retreat those Panthers now before the Pershing annihilates them. Panther over here for Elpern. He's not retreating them, he keeps finding it under the fire power of the Pershing, the Stoop again. He's clearing out the captain there. And about to clear out their 5th. Oh, didn't quite get it. A Stoop routed here by the one anti-tank gun. About to lose his. Oh, he lost the 2 Panther squad down to just 3 infantry squads. Looking a bit rough there for Elpern. Looking a bit rough. Panther almost done. Certainly has some nice burst damage. Doesn't quite have the utility of the mortar and Fulton here versus PFC, which I think really again is what he needs. But I just don't like how much downtime the Panther has, which further just renders it a bit awkward. MD is routed. Panther needing repairs. Panther moving up there.
Send your orders.
Still moving about. Turning caught here by the 5th Cal, gaining message 1. I'm going to use the can, but they're down to 3 men. They need to retreat as well here before they get annihilated by PFC. Down just 2 men. Close one there. Smoke bomb called in the centre of the updealing machine line to push for the centre victory point. Thumbs up there to PFC. Again, PFC is also at the point where we really should consider some artillery again. Mortars, pack howitzers, Scots. But some artillery I think would do a lot here for PFC versus Elpern. In this regard, neither side having gone for artillery does stand out a bit here. Going into the fire, Lieutenant hit and blasted to bits as well. Panzer firing here, unleashing 10 rockets of highly concentrated death here at PFC, doing limited damage. He's forcing retreats here. Still holding back here, 1 kill veteran to 1. Bunkers with the center, going to in a bit of trouble. We got 352, but 252 activists, 329. Joining squad wiped out, and just 2 infantry squads. Elpern now really also need to work on replacing its infantry losses because 2 infantry squads is quite frankly utterly insufficient. Like 3 is the bare minimum. That's what PFC is working with, but
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
2 infantry squads is definitely right out in my book. Don't even try to show Basil that he's just going to claw your nose off. Enemy's right squad there pinned down east side. Here we got the right squad there pinned down by the MG42. Screw being fixed up, close to 52. Rifle squad pinned down. Panzerman for the rifle squad here in the east. Pinned down to the ground, about to get annihilated. And wiped. Kaput.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out. Armor here.
Pershing away there for PFC. Oh, Jackson, I mean. Technically the same gun, but obviously not the same vehicle. Looking a bit more rough here for Elpern. He's starting to lose an itch if he's likely to lose ground. Again, doesn't have quite enough infantry to really make an effective assault. Plus, the way he's just a tank, which is all around the centre again with no artillery support, means PFC's looking much better there with the anti-tanks. The 5th cal, of course, the Pershing plus from Jackson. Stu that does gain too great here for Elpern. And Saint that doesn't quite care about it. In fact, gains ace level. Just achieves that shot. Reinforcing healing. We got 246 with 329. Jackson almost done there for PFC, for freedom, democracy.
Send your orders. A capture point is being overrun.
Stu calling back here. Note this is an early model. Stu can partly tell on the gun mantlet, which is a much more squarish one, whereas the later models are actually a more rounded one. What colloquially called Sauerkopf, but apparently the Germans never called it the Sauerkopf, which probably means sow's head. Firing the Panzerwerfer there. Seems like he's almost blind firing with the Panzerwerfer, which just further renders it redundant or useless because again it has a huge cooldown. Again, mortars, while they do have a cooldown, doesn't have a big one, so again we'll use the mortar. Even if you like miss with the mortar, you're not quite as heavily punished as you have to say a Panther. There you go, Panther down. Not entirely sure what him to achieve there, but he's starting to look pretty bad. He's going for a Panther now, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. But will it be enough here versus PFC? Can he muster the firepower, the numbers to break PFC's lines here? Stu moving forward again here on its own. Good hit on the Pershing. A few return shots there, but none of them actually hit or damaged the Stu. We got 237 to 326. He's slowly bleeding up PFC. I mean, a good enough attack might be able to do it. There you go, Pan squad almost wiped out. But, ooh, fragmentation bottom again. I think after the Pershing. Out of the way. Slight stun there, but nothing says. Again, I feel like you should be putting more pressure on the left flank and trying to catch PFC off guard in the realm of maneuver rather than just trying to wear them down with head-on attacks, because that's not where the Wehrmacht tends to excel. It's not where the Wehrmacht tends to excel unless, again, you got, you know, even then you need speed, you need smokes, like, you know, minimize the incoming fire, and then, you know, bypass the front line and then just devastate it. But so far, Elpern is not really doing any of those things, which makes it much easier for PFC to just force him back and destroy his stuff. Pershing bar with a close 15-2. 13 kills. MG40 or 50 got halfway done for PFC. Stug moving in there, gets another hit, but also takes another hit. They're halfway to the ace level on that Stug. So good. And there you go, we got the Panther out here for Elpern, for Germany. Deutschland. Looks like setting up for flank here. He's still short in infantry. He's still short in supporting weapons. His combined arms suite there is not looking great. And there you go, Panther charge into the anti-tank of the pack. Anti-tank gun, the Jackson, everything there. Perkins sent down to half health. Punches gun is moving help, but insufficient support here. It may not work out for Nego. Panther's main gun is out. Stu following up here. Gets a good hit on the Steward, but Mason taking up the return fire. Panther firing down here. Does some light damage, nothing significant either there. 2 PFC and Stu gains the ace level right before it combusts. And that, I think, Elpern is pretty much there in the water, and realize this as well. GG, game over. A loss for Elpern, a victory for PFC. A brutal battle here on Langraskaya. Some great maneuvering in the start, but again, Elpern rather fell into some unfortunate amount patterns, like again the lack of artillery proved crucial. That combined with the lack of flanking, when they had done reasonably well with it earlier, proved to be PFC's win there. That combined with further just infantry bleed out really just meant there's very little way for him to win as the match went on there. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Until tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.